Right. Quite a few of the drivers have been getting themselves into a little bit of difficulties here, and in all honesty, if the drivers are currently going around the circuit and pressing pause to send messages, they need to stop doing that. I mean, we've now got a driver that's why are drivers now retiring from the session?
I think they're collided. Yeah, we have a car in the wall.
I tell you what, right? Front row racing is a really good league, and it's run at quite a high standard. But drivers this evening, you are absolutely disgracing yourselves. Absolutely disgracing yourselves. Okay, technical difficulties happen, but how difficult is it for 19 drivers to get into the correct order without having any problems? It's an embarrassment. To be honest, it's an absolute disgrace. Now, yeah, there may be issues with the game and there's things that they could do better, and there may be issues with disconnections, but I'm going to call a stop to this race now. We're going to have one more attempt at a safety car restart, and if that doesn't work, this race gets abandoned. It's as simple as that. So drivers, if you've got engineers that are listening into this at the moment, get your stuff together, because it's an absolute disgrace. And if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't really care. It's not that difficult to get 19 cars in the correct order without crashing into each other. Now, okay, it's the first race of the season for the World Series drivers, and they may be a little bit rusty, but come on guys, it's not that difficult. Okay,
message for yeah. Should
You
we
two-
message for
You two leave that particular lobby, if you would, please. I mean, one of the frustrating things about it is you'll probably have people, drivers, messaging saying, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong. At the end of the day, take your time, get in your position, don't hit anyone. Simple. If you get a penalty while you're doing it, you appeal it after the race. Simple. There should not be a situation where a driver ends up with damage during a formation lap, forming up for the safety car. Like, come on guys, I'm sure we've all got other stuff we can do or want to do after this race. Get yourselves into bloody order, do it efficiently, do it quickly, get the race started. You want to know the funny thing? I actually had a couple of people say to me, we don't need two laps to get ready at the start. Okay, I'm going to take a breather for a moment. Or should TempFear likes commenting on my rant. Should I keep ranting, Temp, or should I take a breather for a moment?
You know, the thing is, what can we do?
Well, when you broadcast, when you're doing it on the commentary side of it, you have no control over what the drivers are doing. It is all down to the drivers to get themselves into the right order in the right fashion. And it can at times only take one person to make mistakes. Now, all of the information about what to do during a safety car period was put out there on Facebook. There's information on it during the in the FRR rule book. And if a driver happens to, obviously, in those first couple of laps, the drivers need to get themselves into order. If they get damage, have to pit, then effectively they would have to rejoin at the back of the pack. But when you've got so many cars that are pitting or on the pause menu, I mean, there should not be the situation during forming up for the start of the race of cars going round on the pause menu, whether it to be sending messages or not. They should, because the speed the drivers need to go to form up the grid, right, will be slower than the speed the AI car will do when it's set to very easy. So as soon as you press pause, your car pulls away, and if someone's trying to get past you because you're in the wrong position, you're messing everything up. So anyway, TempFear, how are we getting on with the lobby?
I'm just setting it up I have put a few messages in as well, just to give him a bit of advice.
Okay, so as we wait for the invite then. Now people may say, oh well, this is all came from TempFear getting disconnected. Well, to be honest, anyone can get disconnected at any point. That's why we have backup systems in place. That's why the person broadcasting isn't the host, and things like that. So to put the blame on TempFear would be incorrect. I mean, if anything, the blame could be put on Codemasters for not allowing hosts to rejoin and the way being able to broadcast the start of the race. So, yeah, very, very frustrating, very, very annoying.
Along with that, it's not just us that can have the issue, the drivers can have it as well.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's anything we can do. No. The same could happen, a driver could disconnect and then he could not allow us to rejoin if then we drop out after that.
Yeah. Okay, TempFear, I need you to fully focus right now to make sure that all the settings are correct for the event. For example, take the other 19 races off.
Why not?
Yeah.
All of them.
And now I will go through the grid order again, and see, this is where it is very, very handy for the drivers to have engineers, because they can watch the broadcast and know exactly what's happening. We have put a rule in place for a race in this season, which is you get 3 attempts to start the race. If on the 3rd attempt the race doesn't get going, then it's postponed. And there's a number of reasons for that. One is because of the length of time it takes. I mean, if we look now, we started at 7:30. It's 8:45. We haven't done a racing lap yet. So that's why you get the 3 attempts. Because by the time we've got everybody prepared for this, it's potentially going to be near 9 o'clock. So, yeah, that's why we have 3 strikes postponed. Now, if it does get postponed, there will be the potential of running it next Thursday, but to be honest, it'll probably get run at the end of the season as the final race of the season. What we won't do is swap 2 weeks' time to Australia, because it puts every event out of sync then. Excuse me. So as we get ready for the drivers to join us back in the lobby again, I'm just going to have a quick check of for getting things a little bit wrong. We haven't got all of the drivers in the lobby yet either. So I'm just going to... It's a massively frustrating drivers is, if we go, we're just saying, get yourself do. But anyone that does, during the formation lap would be classed as an incorrect, moaning, I'm getting a 5-second race. Now, admittedly, here we go. But still a very frustrating situation. But again, it points out even more why Codemasters should do more to rectify this kind of situation. Give the lobby host full control. Solves every issue then. We could have the cars formed upon the grid in the way that they should be, and no issues. You can do 1 lap under a safety car condition and bosh, away you go. Or you can even do the race start properly.
Do you want another invite quickly?
Yes, please. Okay, who are we missing at the moment? Okay, we're up to...
Shall I turn formation off this time as well?
Or
leave it on?
No, leave the formation lap on. Because it would catch people out to change it at this point now.
We are missing our 2 drivers.
Yep, we are missing 2 drivers, and this is where if they're sat there complaining in the messages, they need to... Okay, let's get them some invites, some more invites. You got any information for us while we're arsing about and waiting forever for this race to get going?
In comments? Nah, just chatting.
Okay. Now, for anyone that does agree that Codemasters need better system in place and stuff like this, get on the forums, beg for it like mad. I will be sending links to the videos on there. I mean, the links to the videos have already been put on the Codemasters forums. And yeah, I mean, it's such a simple thing. It may not be such a simple fix, which is why they perhaps haven't done it, but instead of being sat here at now 10 to 9 without a racing lap done, the race should be finished in 20 minutes time. But anyway, okay, we're up to 21 drivers now. So who are we waiting on? It's Conzo. He was showing offline a moment ago. He may be having some connectivity issues.
He is joining back according to the chat.
Okay, so hang on a moment for Conzo then. I'm quickly going to go through the order again, and this is the order that the drivers need to get themselves into without trying to cause too much carnage. And if we do need to go for additional laps under the safety car, we will. And this, anyone that gets damaged now, it's going to cause so much problems during the formation lap. Because if one person gets damaged, you say, okay, they drop to the back. But if you've got 4 or 5 with damage, trying to work out what the correct order is almost impossible. It's an absolute nightmare. So drivers, it is so important that you get yourselves into position in an efficient, safe manner. There's no mad rush to get it done. At the end of the day, I mean, you can go 10 miles an hour and not bring out a yellow flag. But obviously, if you've got a car up your rear end, then, yeah, it's going to bring out a yellow flag and potentially cause penalties and stuff like that. So, I mean, the lead car doesn't have to go at 180 mile an hour anywhere on the circuit. The lead car should go at a slow enough pace that the guy in second can leave enough of a gap without it causing any kind of yellow flag. I mean, you forming up on a safety car restart, drivers should not be nose to tail. You should be leaving enough of a gap that there's not going to be any problems there. Okay, so we're still waiting on Conzo then, and he's going to have to get a shift on because it is beginning to get very, very late now. So, yeah, it is. It's Hindle's teammate Conzo that we are waiting for. So hurry up, Conzo. Has he come back online yet?
No.
Okay, he's not going to get a lot of time, I'm afraid. He's going to need to get a shift on. The thing is, I don't really want to click go and then have him join during qualifying, because then he wouldn't be able to put his setup on. And at the same time, we can't sit here all night waiting, because the longer we wait, the more potential there is for further issues. So, come on, Connor, get a shift on if you can. Right, okay. While we wait for him for a moment, touch on a couple of other pre-race comments, although we may have to save these for another time. Let's see. We asked Hybrid Nuke, have you had any issues with setting up your car for this race? And obviously what tyre strategy you might go for, but tyre strategy could be well out the window now. He said, I think I'll be going with a balanced tyre selection just for that one lap on soft for quali. I've had my setup for a while now and feeling happy with it. Just hope all goes well. Looking forward to the fight. I know both Hindle and Conzo are very quick. Although if Conzo is able to get in, he is going to be starting from the back of the grid.
He's online.
Okay.
He just said he's struggling with internet.
Okay, well, as soon as Connor is in the lobby, he's in the lobby. Right, okay, let's hit go. And let's get the drivers over to the track. Let's see. Nightwalker, we asked if is there a corner that helps with overtaking at this circuit. And Nightwalker said, looking forward to starting the season with a great teammate. Feel a little nervous with how the car handles. If I touch a tiny bit of the grass, could be a problem. So may go for a points finish and not push too hard. Is that Conzo that's dropped out again?
No, it's lefty hardtail.
Well, he's got about 20 seconds to get back in. There we go. Nightwalker said first corner is key for overtaking. From our racing GP, we asked him, is there a driver you are aiming to beat in this race? And he said, I will most likely be bringing the harder tyres as my tyre wear is shocking. The driver I'm aiming to beat is whoever is in front of me until I reach the front. Even though I know I have pace, I feel this season it may not be pace that wins, but keeping out of trouble that does. Okay, so we're heading over to the circuit then for our third attempt at starting the race. So into another qualifying session where the drivers can put their setups on the car. I will go through the order again. So in first place it's Mystic Joker, second place is Hindle, third place is Rickster, fourth place is Hybrid Nuke, fifth is From Row Racing JS, sixth is Twist Royalty, seventh is GP, eighth is Richie Davey, ninth is Millstar, 10th is Lefty Hardtail, 11th is Farthber, 12th is Ant69, 13th is RDB, 14th is Mr. Everglow, 15th is Andy Russell, 16th is Dave the Harp, 17th is Jason, 18th is Nightwalker, and 19th is Konzo. Okay, let's see if we're actually able to get this race going then. It's been very, very annoying, very, very frustrating for what effectively was looking like being one hell of a race. It's turned out to be an absolute nightmare so far. But we'll see if the drivers are going to be able to get themselves into order nice and quickly, and we can get on with it.
One thing I was going to mention on that first restart, since we are having 2 laps or more under safety car conditions, it does potentially allow for different strategies to be played now, since they won't be wearing their tyres as much, so you might see some different choices going on there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if someone puts the super soft tyre on and looks after it in those forming up laps, then they'll obviously be able to go further in the race than had they qualified on those tyres.
I think we might see a few one-stoppers here.
I would not be surprised if we do. Okay, so as everybody retires from the session then and gets ready to form up the grid, Tony will be very happy that he went for his nap earlier on, because he should be wide awake now. Either that or he could be nodding off and falling asleep again. But obviously, I mean, looking at the current lineup, it's pretty much exactly the same lineup as what we had in the previous session. So drivers are going to have to be... they're going to have to be cautious without causing any problems, and I appreciate that there is a bit of rustiness there, and if anyone has taken offence by any of the ranting that I've given, then send me a message, feel free, moan at me, complain at me. We're not the ones that are on the track doing the driving. But anyway, we'll see if the Front Row Racing World Series drivers are going to be able to get themselves formed up in the correct order without any major issues. Now obviously the formation lap is on again, so that'll give us the opportunity to take a look at what tyres the drivers are on. It'd be interesting as well if anyone decides to, having seen, like for example Mystic Joker, he may have seen that Hindle was on the super softs at the start, so he may go for using super softs on this occasion. Let's have a quick look at the race director. Rickster, Jason, super softs, Konzo soft, super softs for Dave the Harp, RDB softs, JS softs, Nightwalker mediums, Rickster, he was on mediums before actually, he's gone for super softs this time. Richie Davies gone softs, Twist Royalty's gone mediums, GP super softs, Millstar, Farthber, Andy Russell, MX Everglow all on softs, Hindle on super softs, Ant69 matching him on that. Hybrid Nuke, Lefty Hardtail and Mystic Joker has kept with the soft compound tyre.
Hybrid was on the mediums first time round.
You're right, he was.
Changed to softs as well with Rickster, who, do you say super softs?
Yeah, Rickster, he was going to be starting on the medium compound tyre. So he switched it up then. He's obviously seen, oh, okay, everybody else around is going to start on the super softs. So I might do the same. Mystic Joker, though, he obviously must be feeling fairly confident at the moment because he's sticking with that soft compound tyre. I mean, you were mentioning, though, it does. I mean, you were mentioning about having the forming up laps opens up different strategies for the drivers. Do you think anyone that starts the race on a super soft tyre will be able to do a one-stop?
They can, if cause they're mediums. They're not a nice tyre to be on, but they will go a fair distance. So, like, if you can see anyone on super softs get into around like 8 or 9, then you could potentially see someone trying a one-stop. But again, with anyone that's on the soft tyres, it's arguably the best choice. They can still do a one-stop on that, and they can still do a 2. They can make decisions as they go along. So, leaving their choices wide open.
That they are. Okay, so as we get ready then, all the cars forming up on the grid, and they are going to have to get themselves into order again, or at least try to get themselves into the correct order. TempFear will be the green light car again, so when he retires from the session, that'll be the signal to all of the drivers that everybody is in the correct order, and the race will get going. Self and Tony, we are going to have the pleasure of trying to make sure we don't get in anybody's way here at the start. I've got a car behind me driving off the circuit. Not advisable to do that. Okay, so all of the cars are now ahead of myself. And it looks like somebody has spun from a racing GP, or he has had a spin. I'll get out of his way if I can. So he is now allowed to get himself into position still. Okay, so I am...
No one is overtaking me.
Just slow right down if anything.
If need be, Tony, pull way off the track. If they're daft enough to not overtake you, then that is their own fault, really. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick look up at the front here. Where is Mystic Joker?
Hybrid's still in around 11. Mystic Joker's 13.
Okay. Now, this is obviously one of the reasons why we have said minimum 2 laps. It could be more to get into the correct formation, because with 19 cars on the grid, potentially there is that chance of somebody starting 19, being in the position of 19th and needing to get up to the front. And that is kind of the situation that Mystic Joker has found himself in here, that he needs to work his way through the whole of the field and get himself up into first place.
I'm just hoping, and please, this time make it work. Don't collide, take it slow. You have time.
Definitely. I mean, this is a situation where for any of the drivers that get illegal overtake time penalties, or yellow flag, or overtaken under yellow flag penalties, then you ignore them. You carry on, and you appeal it after the race. You're forming up the grid.
There is many stop and go penalties given by the game.
Yeah, so all of those stop and go penalties, if it's for stuff that happens on the formation laps, then they can appeal every single one of them, as long as they haven't done something that could potentially correctly cause them having the penalty. Okay, we have Mystic Joker now in the lead, and we should have Hindle in second place, which he is. Rickster in third place, which he is. Hybrid Nuke in fourth place, which he is. From a Racing JS in fifth place, which he is. We should then have From a Racing GP, Twist Royalty in sixth, which he is. From a Racing GP in seventh, which he is. And then we should have Richie Davey in 8th place, which he is. Millstar in 9th, which he is. Lefty Hardtail in 10th, which he is. Farfper in 11th, and he is. Ant 69 in 12th, which he is. RDB in 13th, which he is. 14th, Mr. Everglow, which he is. 15th, Andy Russell, which he is. 16th, Dave the Harp, which he is. And then we should have Jason in 17th, Nightwalker in 18th, and Konzo in 19th, which he is. But TempFear, I'm going to ask you to not retire yet. We're going to make the drivers go round for one more lap and make sure that they get themselves bunched up a bit. They are now in the correct order, so TempFear, do not retire yet. The green light has not been given, but Mystic Joker is pitting. Now, if you've been given a drive-through penalty, a stop-go drive-through penalty, then you don't have to serve that within the opening few laps. What you can do is you wait until you do your pit stop and then it adds your time penalty. Now, Mystic Joker, he's been given a drive-through penalty. Okay, so Mystic Joker, he's now got the difficulty of he's right at the back of the grid. Everybody else is in order. Now, it would be fair to say that he should be allowed now to get himself back into position, but it looks like he's actually going to hold station. He does look like he is going to hold station there. Okay, so Hindle then is now effectively the leader of the race. TempFear, if you would like to retire for us, please, and that'll let all the drivers know that they can race at the start or where the safety car line is, which is not until just before the final corner. And now we have a safety car. Well, that settles everything down a bit, doesn't it?
Just a touch.
Now that's something.
We have more laps with safety car formation, so we are getting less racing here.
Yeah, even more so. Now, if the safety car has come out because TempFear has retired from the session, obviously that is very much a joke. Tony, would you like to run us through who has got what penalties?
Yes, we have stop and goes with Mystic Joker, RPD, James, Mystic Joker again, Everglow, RDP again, Dave the Harp, Andy Russell. That's the stop and goes, no other penalties.
What are those?
Oh, we have a drive-through with Mystic Joker as well.
Yeah, and Mystic Joker has served that drive-through penalty as the safety car now catches the lead car. Obviously, still a bit of a joke this, to be honest, but hopefully this will settle all of the drivers down now. The biggest loser out of all of that has been Mystic Joker, but obviously, I mean, he would have had the opportunity there to put himself back up to the front of the race, but he did choose to stay at the back, which is why we decided to give the green light. The safety car is now probably going to be out for 3 laps. So you were talking strategy, TempFear. What do you reckon this is going to do now then?
Well, Mystic Joker is now just pitted for a fresh set of softs, so he's making sure his tyres are brand new as possible. But
well, the race is now live, right? The race is now live, so any drivers that have potentially got stop-go penalties or make pit stops, although you shouldn't be able to serve a stop-go penalty during a pit stop, it wouldn't be a bad decision now to pit, because the race is live, even though we're under safety car. So yeah, I mean, people could have the opportunity of putting on a different set of tyres, going for a different strategy. You say Mystic Joker has made another stop. He's back on the pack already, though.
I'm surprised he didn't wait until this lap or even the next one and do it. But
well,
another thing, with the 2 safety car laps or 3 safety car laps we had, and now 3 for this, we're looking at end of lap 6, and they haven't even been going at it. So them super soft tyres, they're gonna get them a fair way into this race now.
You're right. They could go quite a long way.
This is a one-stop race, pretty much, I think.
Not only that, the fuel, the drivers will be able to save fuel, which means that they'll be able to run a higher engine mode and potentially go that little bit quicker, but also potentially damage their tyres a lot more. But also, if they run rich for too long, there is the potential of damaging engines. Now, okay, while the safety car is still out, I did say we're going to have a question of the day, and there's been a lot of ranting. Here's one question of the day for you. Should Codemasters give the lobby host full control over the session and be able to choose who starts the race in what position? I think we all know the answer to that one. But the actual question of the day... No, so shut up, you.
Oh, that wasn't it. Okay.
That one threw you off.
Yeah, it did, you swine. But the actual question of the day, right, this is the actual question of the day. Where was the first Australian Grand Prix hosted?
Ooh. I think I know one of the other places that hosted it, but I don't know if they've hosted it anywhere else.
Well, this is the question of the day. You've got a few moments to think about it. Viewers, if you're watching and you think you know the answer, pop the answers up in the comments section. So yeah, where was the first Australian Grand Prix hosted?
I'll wait until the end.
I tell you what, if someone comes out with the year the race was as well, I will know that they have Googled it.
Yeah, hang on, no chance.
So no Googling it, no Googling it and cheating. Okay, so the lights are still on the safety car. If it crosses the line again this lap, then I would expect it to be in next lap. I would not expect it to be in this lap now. But at the moment, we've got Hindle now leading the race. He'll be absolutely buzzing about this. Massive frustration for Mystic Joker. I mean, one of the other things that we haven't actually meant... Go on, Tony.
Information for you guys. And 69 were overtaking a few cars during the safety car middle of the lap, and he got stop and go for that one.
Oh, was that under the real safety car?
Yes.
Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, well the safety car has continued on for another lap. At least everybody was pretty much in the right order. The thing is, though, I mean, this is the frustrating thing about it. Everybody got themselves into the correct order quite nicely, apart from whatever happened to Front Row Racing GP. That's more how it should be done by these guys. I mean, you're top level drivers, so yeah, there may be penalties. Now, time penalties can be removed and stuff like that. Well, obviously, Mystic Joker obviously was a problem for him. Let's see, are those lights...
One reason why he didn't overtake back to the front is everyone was telling him he's supposed to stay at the back when he pit. So I think he just played it safe, and rather than have all the hassle, he's just saved himself that hassle.
Now, I do know that in the rules that there was a part of wording in the rules where up to a point you can retake your position, but then after a point you rejoin at the back of the pack. Okay, the lights are still on the safety car. Well, I would expect those lights to go... Yeah, I think it'll be in this lap as well. I expect the lights to go out any moment, somewhere between turns 11 and 12, and if it goes on for another lap, then I have no idea what you did to to annoy the stewards. Oh, there we go. The lights are out, so the race is going to get going then. It's taken, what, an hour and a half and 6 effective safety car laps. But we are going to be on for what will now be a 23 lap sprint race, with Hindle now leading, Mystic Joker I believe at the back of the field. Do either of you guys want to try and call a potential winner out of this?
I have a feeling it's going to be in the middle.
It's going to be so difficult to try and call a winner on this one, but Hindle, he'll be able to, well, as soon as he's able to go for it, he will go for it. The game does force him to go slow for a while, though, as it backs the pack up. We're not yet at the safety car line. That isn't until next to the pit exit, pit entry. But here we go then, Hindle now starting the race. So he's going to be starting the 7th lap in first place, but he has got Rickster all over the back of him in second place. He'll want to try and gain as quickly as possible. I think he may actually try it down into turn 1, will he? He's having a look up the inside, but he's been covered off by Hindle, but Hindle's just ran a little bit wide. See what we got a little further down. Oh,
just had Paul or Farfa overtaking Lefty Hardtail, and Toro Rosso is also pitted. I'm not sure which Toro Rosso. I will tell you once I find that out. Okay,
Hybrid Nuke tried overtaking Rickster down into turn 3. He wasn't quite able to do it. He's just taken a lot of curb, and I think that might be from a Racing JS behind Hybrid Nuke. It is in the mental age of 10 McLaren, trying to make full advantage of that Williams being held up a little bit.
Milstar just exited the pit lane, so I don't know if he went for the penalty or not.
He missed the Carrozza sort of pit. He's put the mediums on as well, so he might try to go to the end. A quick update on Mystic Joker. He's made it up to full team, and he's just overtaken Jason on the run to turn 11 and 12. And looking so nicely, Jason blacked out. I think that's quite smart, considering he's not on the same side as him. Just playing safe.
Yeah, Jason on the medium compound tyre. MX Everglow. Is that?
Mercedes or Ferrari made contact. I think that was Conzo and David Hart. I'm not sure exactly what happened. It was a very long camera angle. I think Conzo got a bit hot into turn 13 with the two Ferraris side by side, and I think he had nowhere to go.
Okay, we've got a Renault in the pits, and I've just seen MX Everglow make a nice overtake in the third sector. Hindle opening up a bit of a gap now on Rickster in second place. Hybrid Nuke in third, then from a Racing JS in fourth. He's now got his teammate from a Racing GP right behind him on the super soft tyre. And then Twist Royalty, he's in sixth place. So both McLarens now into the top 5. Twist Royalty, oh, GP's had a moment on the exit. That could give Twist Royalty an opportunity, but he can't make it pay. Farfba in 7th place, and he's got Lefty Hardtail all over the back of him. And then just behind them, it's MX Everglow. And
Harp exiting the pits.
Okay, I wonder if that would be for serving a penalty or for fixing damage. And let's see, MX Everglow's in 9th place. That means Mystic Joker, he's now up to 10th place. He's 13 seconds off the lead at the moment, but I think he's going to still be able to do something in this race.
And one thing I'm surprised he didn't do was put a different set of tyres on when he pitted, and then pitted the lap after again, just so he got the mandatory tyre rule out of the way.
Yes, that is a good point. I mean,
I'm surprised a few drivers haven't done that, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, if someone, for example, started on the medium compound tyre and decided to pit in the opening laps, then they could have effectively run faster tyres throughout the rest of the race. Okay, Rickster pulling out a gap now on Hybrid Nuke. From a Racing JS, got a gap on his teammate, and he is being attacked by Twist Royalty, the WSR driver, in as a rookie admin's pick for this event. And I tell you what, Lefty Hardtail, he has now got ahead of Farfba, and Farfba is coming under attack from MX Everglow, and there is Mystic Joker catching up as well. MX Everglow, Charlie, he's looking very racy here on the soft compound tyre. So guys, we got anything kicking off a little further down the order?
No, I think they are starting to be spread out. I think, surprisingly though, GP hasn't not pulled away.
Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt. MX Everglow made his way up to 8th place, and then Mystic Joker and Farfba, I think it was, yes it was, got very, very wheel to wheel around turns 9 and 10, and here comes Mystic Joker again, looking very, very quick. He's going to be fighting to get past as quickly as he can. Sorry, Temp, go on, what was it you was going to say there?
I was just surprised that GP didn't really pull away from Twist Royalty, and James, his teammate, actually was pulling away a little bit on the harder tyres.
I think I did see him have a bit of a moment into turn 3 and 4. Here comes Mystic Joker on Farfba. DRS will be available for both of these guys, and Mystic Joker realises that, tucks back in for the slipstream, but isn't quite able to get ahead. If he has a good exit through turn 2, he could have a run down into 3.
We have reached Davy and Millstars closed. Millstars has DRS now on a straight.
Okay, Mystic Joker has just made his move. So what was it, Millstar you said?
Millstar and Richie David.
Okay, so that is 15th and 16th place then, and you're right, they are close, and Richie Davey has managed to get ahead or stay ahead. And Millstar, no, yeah, he has got ahead. Millstar now down to 16th place. Both of these guys running the medium compound tyre. Okay, let's have another quick look up at the front. Hindle, he looks like he's opened himself up a nice healthy gap now on Rickster, who is 4.5 seconds behind. But I think Rickster would potentially take a second place at this moment in time. I don't think he'd...
starting to heat up a little bit with 2 cars in the background all getting close. Lefty hardtail catching up to Front Racing GP.
And GP's in the pits. And just behind Twist Royalty here, we have...
Mystic Joker.
Yeah, Mystic Joker again.
Move on Twist Royalty. Mr. Everglow even, sorry.
Yeah.
Nice move inside of turn 1.
I tell you what, Mystic Joker showing his quality at the moment, gone from the back of the grid up to 7th place, and I can pretty much guarantee you Hindle will be sat there wanting to know what position Mystic Joker is in at the moment. To be honest, Mystic Joker is working this one quite nicely. So GP's made a pit stop from those super soft tyres. Do we know what tyres he's gone on to?
It's mediums.
Set of mediums, so...
At the end, I think.
Yeah,
it'll be something dramatic happens.
Well...
Here's some information for you. On a lap 9, MX Everglow had 3 ETL warnings, and then he got 3-second penalty for those.
Oh dear, unfortunate for MX Everglow there, a bit of a time penalty for him. I was having a quick look at Conzo, sitting in 11th place at the moment, a little bit out of the points with the Ferrari of Jason behind him, and Conzo on the medium compound tyre. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised, you know, if everybody who was in 10th place and down for the start of this race had have gone for the medium compound tyre, gone as long as possible, and then try and run the faster tyre at the end of the race. And 69 is in...
Mystic Joker having Crystal into turn 1 again. Same move as last lap. Nice and clean is done. But another thing, interestingly, Mystic Joker's not actually really
spun.
Oh, Farfba spun, has he?
Yes, at the turn 1.
You're right, he has. He's going slow now, heading up to turn 3. Doesn't look like there's much damage on that car. Twist Royalty, he's behind Mystic Joker, isn't he? Mystic Joker's now got himself up to 6th place. That's what you saw a moment ago, Temp. One of the difficulties with doing this broadcast view is there's now 19 names to scroll through to get to the one you want. Can make it quite difficult. But you were going to say something else about Mystic Joker at the moment. What is it? I
was looking at the time gap from the leader, and on the last lap he actually did close in until the last lap race dropped off, but considering
Luke is getting overtaken from Rickster.
Oh, that's contact! That's contact!
Yes.
Oh dear, Rickster won't be happy about that. He's going to have to be careful now as well as he returns back to the track. Difficult to make a call on what may have happened there, other than they both seem to get very close to each other at the apex. But that's Rickster down to 5th place now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be... Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say. I think he might be making a pit stop. But who was that just helped out? Yeah, you know it, Mystic Joker. He's now up into 5th place, and he's right behind Lefty Hardtail. Up at the front, that little bit of a collision between Hybrid Nuke and Rickster, that's just helped Hindle out. Something chronic. I mean, do you think there's a bit of old teammate camaraderie there between Hindle and Hybrid?
As much as I'd like to say yes, I think it's the other way around. I think he'd be kicking himself the fact that he's just helped out. He's helped him out a bit more.
Yeah, quite possibly. Well, Hybrid Nuke running in 2nd place, 8.5 seconds off the lead on the soft compound tyre. Front Row Racing JS currently sitting in 3rd place. And I tell you what, we've got a very interesting situation occurring now. That's Lefty Hardtail 4th, and I was going to say, is he going to let his teammate through? And you know what? He just has done, and that's going to free up Mystic Joker to now take 4th place. That's not a bad decision from Lefty Hardtail. He knows, well, he's seen that Mystic Joker's quick. Mystic Joker's now up to 4th place, and still has the possibility of running a one-stop in this race. And he's 15 and a half seconds off the lead. Ooh, that could brew up.
Every driver that hasn't pit at the moment now can now do a one-stop. They will be able to pit for mediums and get to the end. But what you might see some drivers doing is trying to stretch out so they can do a soft stint. But unfortunately for Mystic Joker, he hasn't run any other tyre than the soft at the moment. So
Hybrid Nuke. Hybrid Nuke has pitted. He's coming out on the super soft tyre. I don't think he's going to get to the end of the race on that set of tyres. We've got 15 laps to go, or 16 laps to go. That's effectively 2 sets of super softs. Maybe he's had to switch up his strategy to try and really gain on him, but that's put him out on track just ahead of Konzo, and that is fairly crucial for Hybrid Nuke to not get held up there. Now, Rickster, he pitted recently. He's got a Ferrari just ahead of him. That's Jason. Rickster's on the medium compound tyre. Jason on old medium tyres. So Rickster is going to want to get past as soon as possible. Let's see if he's going to be able to do so.
I think we may see Hindle in the pits this lap. His time is slowly dropping off, I think.
Okay, Rickster.
He might put a set of mediums on. Yeah, no. He's in the pits.
Okay, now Rickster has...
Left front puncher.
Ooh.
I had a feeling that someone would. They've gone way too long with their super softs. It was in puncture territory. Luckily, I think he only got it just as he's entering pits. So he hasn't lost too much, but it's not ideal.
Front Row Racing JS is now going to take the lead of the race. So Hindle took it absolutely to the limit. Mystic Joker is now in 2nd place. Where is Hindle going to return to the track?
Just in the pits now. Just crossed the line.
Yeah, I tell you what. Hindle having a puncture there, that to me, as Hindle comes out now on the medium compound tyres, that kind of says to me that, yeah, Hybrid Nuke will be going for another pit stop, because I don't think there's any way that Hybrid Nuke can make those super soft tyres last 16 laps when Hindle hasn't been able to make them last 14 laps, and 6 of them were under safety car conditions.
Action between Milstars and Richie Davey, they are battling pretty close, but Richie Davey is sliding all over the track with medium tyres.
So, do you think Richie Davey's been getting frustrated down there, stuck behind Milstar for the last few laps?
Don't know, or is it the tyres maybe going out?
It could be. I mean, 15 laps on these set of tyres, they should be good for another 5 or 6, but it'll all depend on how the drivers are using them. I've just seen as well from a Racing GP, he's in 12th place. He's now right behind Jason, but he's already made his one pit stop. Rickster, oh, there's a slow car, there's a slow Red Bull. That's MX Everglow. He's got a puncture. He's now got cars coming past him. Yes, MX Everglow, front left puncture on the soft tyre.
Mystic Joker is lining overtake James.
Oh, you're right, he is. He's already making the move around the outside through turn 2. DRS wide open. But that's an interesting sign there from MX Everglow on the soft compound tyre. He's got a puncture already, which means that these two guys could be very, very close to the absolute limit of what these tyres are capable of doing. But Mystic Joker, this could be where his advantage of making that additional stop, you know, for that second set of soft tyres comes into play now. From a Racing GS, his tyres look like they've gone off. But for Mystic Joker, he may have a few more laps left. However, this guy took pole position, ended up starting from the back of the grid. He's now in 1st place, but he has got a pit stop to do, which means how far behind is Hindle? Hindle is 13, 14 seconds. I think when Mystic Joker makes his pit stop, he's going to come out behind Hybrid Nuke, because Hybrid Nuke is right behind Hindle. So that puncture definitely cost him some time.
I think Mystic, not Mystic Everglow, I'm getting names confused now, Mystic Joker. I think he's going to try and go for a set of super softs and try and stretch this out as long as possible for a set of super softs. It's probably his only chance at winning.
Yeah, quite possibly. From Racing JS into the pits then to get rid of his soft compound tyre. Now, some of you may see a bit of a visual glitch when we're riding on board with some of the drivers.
Pit lane again.
Is he? Has he had a penalty?
Yes.
Or is this strategic? He's putting on another set of the soft compound tyre.
That's surprising.
Well, that could get him to the end of the race, but that could have just lost him the victory.
There is a message on the chat from Dom that Hindle lost his front wing.
Oh.
So I don't know.
So it was a pit stop for repairs then. I'm sure Hybrid Nuke would have loved seeing that one. What this has done though, Twist Royalty, he's running the medium compound tyre. He's currently in second place. I think he's still got a pit stop to do, but I think this race has come wide open now.
We've got the two McLarens of mental edge of 10, very close in fact, both on a set of mediums, but obviously James pitting very recently, even though much fresher tyres here. I think Steve may actually just let him pass.
Quite possibly. I mean, it'd be sensible for these two guys to work together, given their tyre life. Let's see, Rickster is the car ahead, and he's not that far ahead either. Ooh.
It'll be interesting to see where James has finished this race though, because he will get to the end on the tyres. There's no doubt about that. But Steve's actually currently attacking him to turn 13.
Oh, he's not making that corner though, is he? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Wow, he looked like he'd gone. It looked like he'd gone way too quick into that braking zone, as the McLarens showing that yes, they have only got a mental age of 10. Now Hindle. Oh, we've got a car coming out of the pits. That's Mystic Joker. He's made his pit stop. He's come out just ahead of Rickster, and he is on the super soft tyre.
Will he get them to the end?
Well, interestingly enough, he's got his teammate ahead of him again, so I think it'd be fair to say Lefty Hardtail may let him through again. But now we've got Twist Royalty leading the race. I don't think he's made his pit stop yet. We've got Hybrid Nuke in second place. He's under 3 seconds behind him. He's got another pit stop to do, we believe. In third place, we've got Lefty Hardtail, 14.5 seconds off the lead. And then right behind him, we've got Mystic Joker, then Rickster, and then not too far behind Rickster, we have the McLaren of Front Row Racing JS, the McLaren of Front Row Racing GP.
Richard AV and Fogby's
that's looking
battling, and there is Hindle as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
Joker is ahead of the teammate, just to let you know.
So they've done the teammate switch, which we were fully expecting. But yeah, I mean, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, Richard Davey onwards. Very interesting, as Richard Davey is under attack from Hindle now. Hindle on the faster compound tyre, and will have DRS available as well. Oh, Richie getting very, very sideways on the exit of the corner, but that is Hindle now up into 9th place.
Hybrid is catching Twist Royalty in the lead. He is only just over a second behind him now, so he may have DRS as well.
Okay, Konzo's race is over, unfortunately. Andy Russell is into the pits, getting rid of a set of super soft tyres. Force India, I think that's Farfber, has just made a pit stop as well. And Ant69 has just gained a couple of places too. MX Everglow, he's 17th at the moment. It's going to be very, very close between himself and Farfber, who's coming out of the pits on a set of soft compound tyres. And MX Everglow, he won't have DRS, but he has got a faster run. I don't think he's going to be able to make any kind of move. No, he's not.
Hindle has just gone past Jason into turn 9, I believe.
Okay, so That means then that Hindle's next target is Front Row Racing GP. Hindle needs to take this set of tyres all the way to the end. Let's see how Twist Royalty is getting on. He's into the pits. That means that Hybrid Nuke takes over the lead of this race. What tyres is Twist Royalty going to go to here? I wouldn't be surprised if it's a set of the super soft tyres, and it is a set of the super soft tyres.
No, I've got my card mixed up with Normie.
Okay, Tony Javely. Sorry, go on, Tem.
Talking about Mr. Joker, though, I don't think he'll get to the end on those tyres. I think it's too much to ask. I think there's too much risk in that.
Quite possibly. I mean, Hybrid Nuke, he's leading, but we do think he has got another stop to make. And what's the gap between himself and Mystic Joker in second place at the moment? It's 7.8 seconds, so if they've both got a stop to do, that could be very, very interesting. Lefty Hardtail, as we know, he's in third place. And Rickster is closing that gap up on him. Yeah, Tony, I was going to ask if we've got any information, perhaps anybody else with any additional penalties or anything like that?
There was a message in a chat that Everglow took Hindle out, so maybe that's why there was damage.
Oh dear, oh dear. But a Williams moving out of the way for blue flags at the moment. I think that'll be Nightwalker, as Front Row Racing JS and his teammate are trying to hunt down Rickster. This is quite an interesting battle here. This is kind of the battle for third. You've got Lefty Hardtail running third at the moment. Bit of a gap to Rickster. Front Row Racing JS with his teammates still right up his gearbox. And then Hindle in 7th place, who's going to be pushing hard to close that gap in. And Twist Royalty came out in 8th place and is now running the super soft tyre, as we mentioned. Richie Davey, he's into the pits, getting rid of the medium compound, putting on a set of the soft compound tyres. And Jason right behind him looks like he's just done exactly the same thing. And they're getting a blue flag signal as they come out of the pits. But that's Millstar that's gaining on them.
This is quite interesting now, though. I think the top two will pit again. Definitely Hybrid Nuke. I think he might be in this lap, possibly.
Okay, just have to cut you off for a second. Sorry, just have to cut you off for a second. Millstar making a move on Jason on the warmer, softer, super soft tyre down into turn 3. Yeah, sorry, carry on there, Temp.
I think Twist Roy, who just pitted the super soft, he came out 24 seconds off the leader, so Hybrid is into the pits now. He will be probably just ahead of him, but everyone, after Mystic Joker pits, I think the top 8 will all be going to the end on the tyres they're on.
Oh, I think you could be right.
Let's say that Rick's the pits.
Ooh.
That's very surprising.
I'll tell you what, that could bring him out right in the middle of some traffic and get on board with Hybrid Nuke. Where did he come? He's not come back out on the track yet. He's currently riding in 7th place. Another set of the super soft tyres going on. So that's put him behind Hindle and the battle that's going on ahead. Well, this is well,
I'll be looking forward to this battle.
yeah, I mean, well, we've got Mystic Joker leading the road race now with his teammate behind him by 7 seconds. I reckon Mystic Joker could turn the engine down, look after these tyres, cruise it to the end, and without having to make another stop.
I think he might try it, but I think it's too risky in my opinion. I think he's going to be right.
I'm going to have to cut you off. Sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off. Hindle, he's attacking Front Row Racing GP. He's on the soft compound tyre. This is now effectively a battle for the podium here. And it's a situation where for GP, he kind of needs to keep Hindle behind him as long as he can, because there's a chance that one of these McLarens could end up on the podium, or neither of them on the podium.
If he can stay in within a second of his teammate, it'll help him a lot. But another thing in his favour, their mediums will be consistent, whereas them softs will drop off. It's just a matter of when and by how much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a case of will they drop off before the end of the race, but GP with DRS, Hindle with DRS. I've now been given a dodgy camera angle, but Hindle is still behind GP here. But turn 1 isn't usually the overtaking place here, is it? It's usually on the run down into turn 3, as Hindle having to go round the outside now. GP giving him a little bit of room. I mean, I've heard of people making their cars as wide as possible, but this is 2 cars making their McLaren as wide as possible. It's almost like, I'll defend this side of the track, you defend the other side. But this is crucial for Hindle. I mean, really, given the start of the race, he will feel that he should have been winning this race.
Yeah, that damage has cost him big time. Be interesting to see if it was anyone's fault or if he lost the car. But I guess we'll find that out after.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes racing incidents are racing incidents. Hindle has spent a whole lap now stuck behind this McLaren. I'm not sure if we've got much of a battle going on elsewhere at the moment, but Hindle is really eager to get past here. And obviously Hybrid Nuke's pitted not that long ago, so I don't know if he's going to be catching up to this gap. Oh, Hindle's chucked it up the inside into the penultimate corner. GP just about spots it and manages to give him enough room, but now Hindle going for the switchback. He's going to have a good run here, both of them still with DRS. We've got a Haas in the background. That's Twist Royalty. Let's ride on board with Hindle, shall we? And so he can't overtake into turn 1, but these guys battling. He's got a good run. He's got a fantastic run now out of turn 2. He's already ahead. But yeah, these guys battling. This is giving Twist Royalty every opportunity of closing in, which is exactly what he's done.
I don't think Steve will be very happy with that on GP. But in case of Hindle had to do something to get him out of position, otherwise just following around in his teammates slipstreaming DRS, it was going to make life hard for him. So it was a case of trying to get him detached from his teammate, and it has to be a lot easier. And I'm beginning to agree with you on Mystic Joker. I think he's going to go to the end, but I just don't see the tyres lasting. But I think he's going to try.
Well, the gap between his teammate and himself is now 11 seconds, but we've got Mystic Joker on the super softs and Lefty Hardtail on the medium. I mean, if Mystic Joker was to pit, you're looking at what, 20 something second pit loss. Oh, for a racing JS and Hindle side by side in the 4th to last corner, turn 13, and they've got 2 cars ahead of them side by side as well. I think there'll be cars much further down the order, but I think we're about to see Hindle stealing 2nd place. Oh, they've got traffic. We've got a Mercedes ahead. That's Konzo's car, so it looks like it would have been a disconnection then for Konzo as JS defends into turn 1. So yeah, ghosted Mercedes going round. That is a disconnected driver. But Hindle, has he got a chance? Mr. Everglow is through, and Hindle is through as well as that ghosted car gets in. Okay, the drivers can drive through it, but it's very, very off-putting for all of the drivers. But Hindle is now up to 3rd place, and he's 20 seconds behind the leader. So if Mystic Joker was to pit, he'd come out right in the middle of this battle. Hybrid Luke. I don't know.
He would have done it a few laps to get the most out of tyres.
Yeah, definitely. Now Hybrid Nuke is in 7th place. He's all on his own on track at the moment. Got a bit of a gap between himself and 6th place. Go on.
Twitch royalties all over the back of front racing GP. He was looking at a move to 10, 11, 12. He just backed out of it, playing it'll be safe.
Okay, well, while all that action's kicking off, Tony, what are you watching there?
Rich Davey and Millstar battling for the places 9 and 10, and this battle has been going on for a few laps.
Well, I think that battle's been going on for pretty much all of the race. Twist Royalty, he's got DRS on GP but not able to make a move into turn 1. Twist Royalty is on the super soft tyre as well. Is he going to be able to attack down into turn 3? GP not defending the inside. No, he is defending the inside. That may give Twist Royalty a switchback. We've got a Williams in the gravel. I'm not sure if that... Well, it won't be Hybrid Nuke. He won't have got to that part of the circuit yet. Twist Royalty...
That is Nightwalker, lap traffic.
Okay, that's unfortunate for Nightwalker then. With Twist Royalty, he had a look at GP but wasn't able to get past. Okay, TempFear, you keep an eye on that battle and shout me if it's going to kick off again. Let's go and have a look at Millstar, as that Williams is still trying to get out of the gravel. Millstar in 10th place, Richie Davey is now ahead of him. These two having battled throughout most of the race. And Farfba looks like he's not too far behind, with Jason along with him. Well, it took us a while to get going, guys. What do you think of the race so far?
Very interesting.
Very intense.
Yeah, a few things I wouldn't have called. I think this role he's trying to get the front racing GP out of shape here, just trying to get out of position even.
So
he did notch the wall.
Ooh, I tell you what else, we've got Andy Russell and Jason. They're battling it out.
He's going for a move, sorry. And turn one. I'm kind of surprised he's doing it there, but he's made it stick.
So he's
DRS now, he should be alright, pull away.
Was that up the inside then into turn one?
Yeah, up the inside into turn one, yeah. Right, so I'm surprised he's done it there.
Well, maybe he felt that he wasn't getting the exit out of turn 1 and 2, so he had to overtake somewhere else. Let's see how Hindle is getting on. He's now 19.3 seconds behind the leader. I tell you what, though, he managed to get ahead of Front Row Racing JS, but Front Row Racing JS is all over his gearbox. Let's see.
I've just had a quick look at Mystic Joker's lap times. His last lap was 2 seconds slower than his previous one before that. So.
Ooh, so he's either looking after the tyres or the tyres have gone.
I don't see how he will get to the end of that, but I really don't.
Well, it's one of those situations where, okay, if he ends up with a puncture and he has to pit, then so be it. Where he comes out would be very, very interesting. And it's kind of in the situation of, well, if he doesn't win the race right now, his teammate, Lefty Hardtail, might. Lefty Hardtail, 9 seconds. Yeah, I mean, he's pulled that gap in now on the medium compound tyre.
I don't know if he needs to save fuel or not as well, Mr. Joker, but he lifted up very early to that corner and brake. I don't know if that's to try and not lock up and save his tyres, or it was the fuel purposes, I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry, from a Racing JS making a move on Hindle up the inside into turn 3. That's going to frustrate Hindle. They're now side by side through the car park. Hindle's ran rather wide there. He may have to concede that position, but side by side through turn 5 as well. Getting very, very close together. Now side by side as Twist Royalty joins in, and there's two cars overtaking each other in the background as well. This is all kicking off now in the last couple of laps. So JS very, very nearly got through there. I'm actually surprised he wasn't able to hold on to the position. Oh, no, he spun it, and that's taken himself and Twist Royalty. I wasn't actually looking at the screen there, I do apologise, so I didn't see exactly what happened, but either way, they're now both much further down the grid.
And some drama coming on. There is JS has a 3-second penalty for multiple ETLs, and now Hindle has 3-second penalty for multiple ETLs.
Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what.
Just to let you know.
Okay, so yeah, Mystic Joker starting the last lap then. Let's see, Hindle's still in 3rd place. And I tell you what, Hybrid Nuke was the big winner of everything that went off there, because he's now up to 4th place on super soft tyres, right behind Hindle. He's got 1 lap to try and get past him, to try and get himself on to the podium, although time penalties will come potentially into effect as well. From a Racing GP currently 4th. Go on, Temp.
How he would love to rotate Hindle on the last lap.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Manipulate the body just for that.
Okay, guys, can one of you keep an eye on Mystic Joker and let me know when he's coming up to the last few corners, please? Because I tell you what, he has had one hell of a drive. He effectively going from the back of the grid all the way up to the front. I'm just keeping an eye on this battle between Hindle and Hybrid Nuke at the moment. It's getting close, but I don't know if it'll get close enough. It's tense. It's
Mystic
tense.
Joker is going for the last corners now.
Okay, so on board then with Mystic Joker. He can afford to take it easy, but what a race. Pole position, we weren't surprised by. People wanted to know how we'd get on in a race. I mean, well, you know what? He's just gone from the back of the grid to the front to take victory here in Australia. And his teammate, second place, making it a 1-2. That's Lefty Hardtail second.
Yeah, it's close.
He go for it out the final corner. Just have to go get his best acceleration, but use all the grip and tyres. No, he's had a very poor last corner. Has he run out of fuel?
He's slow. He's very slow. Is he going to get? Is he going to cross the line?
No.
Is Twist Royalty going to get him? I think Twist Royalty's got him. He has got him.
Now it's interesting, as Hindle has a 3-second penalty. Is that enough for Hybrid Nuke?
I don't think he will.
I'm not so sure. Let's see. Oh, GP's just lost places. Yeah, he's out. It looks like he is out of fuel as well. Oh my days. Oh dear, left rear puncture then. So that's ninth place for him. Millstar. Oh, he may just have stolen.
Just overtook. Just on the line. What a finish.
Farfper in 11th, Jason 12th. What? Oh, it's not finished. Andy Russell and N69 side by side up to the line. And I don't know who got ahead. I think he may have been Andy Russell. I tell you what, every now and again we see close finishers. We're seeing multiple close finishers here. And I tell you what, if you've no idea who's finished in what position at the moment, folks, neither have we. I tell you what, you know what? All the frustrations of ridiculous safety car situations are kind of made up for when you have racers like that. Holy cow. Mystic Joker, pole position, back of the grid, first place. What else can you say? Lefty Hardtail second, Hindle third, Twist Royalty fourth, Hybrid fifth, Rickster sixth, JS seventh, Richie Davey worked his way up to 8th, Millstar 9th, GP 10th, Jason 11th, Andy Russell 12th, and 69 13th, Farfber 14th, RDB 15th, David Hop 16th, Konzo unfortunately DNF'd, Nightwalker was still going, so he's effectively 17th place, and I think MX Everglow didn't make it to the end of the race either. But wow, what an end to the race. What an end to the race.
I actually can't believe some of the stuff that we've just watched.
No.
Yep, that was incredible.
Bonkers. I think is. I mean, this is why I was so frustrated earlier, right? You know, because you get to know the level of quality of the drivers that you see racing, and when you see what we had earlier on, that's why it's frustrating. And when you see what's just happened there's going to be drivers that are going to be over the moon, there's going to be drivers that are not going to be happy, but at the end of the day, that was one hell of an exciting race. It's as simple as that. Okay, Arazor, if you would like to send an invite to Mystic Joker, his teammate Lefty Hardtail, and Hindle for the podium interviews, because they're going to be interesting. If you are watching the broadcast now and you have any questions that you would like to put to the drivers, put at FRR, and Tony will try and keep an eye on those and we can ask those.
Who was the third? Lefty Hardtail, Mystic Joker, and
Hindle.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can get to some of the questions. Also, the question of the day, I will ask it again now, so Tony and TempFear can have a little think about this. Question of the day was, where was the first Australian Grand Prix hosted?
And I have some answers here. It's there is Kangarooville, Sydney, Adelaide, and someone asked if they can bing it.
If they can what?
Bing it, not Google, but Bing it, like
No.
the other search engine.
No, you can't use Bing. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. That's proper cheating. I believe Hindle and Mystic Joker have both joined us in the commentary box for the podium interview. We'll just wait for Lefty Hardtail as well. So, guys, take a breather. Make sure. Is he here already? Okay. I was too busy laughing at Tony. Guys, please make sure that you've got your microphones set to share. I will just quickly mention the question of the day again, because we'll put it to the drivers as well. So question of the day was, where was the first Australian Grand Prix hosted? Pop your answers in the comments box now. And Lefty Hardtail, he's only just now shown that he's joined, so yeah, he's definitely with us. But Lefty, if you could please make sure you got your microphone set to allow to be shared, and we'll crack on with the podium interviews. And what a podium it is. We've got Mystic Joker and Lefty Hardtail in the Yank and Limey manner, and I've got to say, Mystic, fair play to you, right? Qualified pole position, that kind of wasn't a surprise. We've had the nightmare of getting through the safety cars. Hopefully we'll never see that again. The second safety car restart, we didn't see exactly what happened, but from what we can gather, there was a number of penalties for perhaps overtakes and stuff like that. But you pitted under while forming the grid, and then chose not to try and retake your place in first. So I guess my question to you is, firstly, how buzzing are you at going from the back of the grid to the front, and how has that emotion change gone from pole, back of the grid, win?
It was absolutely insane, the roller coaster of emotions, yeah, the safety car kind of really messed things up for me. I had a couple stop and goes, and then I had a drive through, and there was nothing I could really do about it, because when I would try to slow down, because as soon as I'd get past one of the guys I needed to get past to move ahead, the yellow flag would come up, so I'd slow down, and they didn't want to get a penalty or anything, so there was nothing I could do. So I just had to take that, and yeah, I mean, at that point, when the race got underway, and I qualified 12, I was really, really happy with that. I've been practicing a lot, and Hindle got a good move on me when we first started, and I stayed right on him, and it was a good battle. But then we had to restart, and yeah, as soon as I had to go all the way back down, it was tough. I kind of lost. I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I felt like I was hopeless.
Yeah, lost focus maybe.
And yeah, there you go, lost focus. That's what it was. But I was like, okay, this is gonna be it. Then just maximize as much points as I can and see what I can do. I mean, I knew I had pretty strong pace here, so I was just hoping to stay out of trouble and try to make my first stint there. Long went just enough, and I gambled. I definitely gambled going over to the super sauce. It was close, but
yeah. I mean, towards the end of the race, the last few laps, were you taking it easy to look after those tyres to just get to the end?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was bathing those tires the last few laps. It was tough. I ended the race on like 82% or something like that. I was so scared on the final lap that it was just gonna pop, and I was like, oh man. But there was nothing I could do at that point, because if I came back in, obviously I'd lose out on a podium possibly.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, absolutely fantastic drive there. There are a few drivers throughout front row racing that have done things like gone from the back of the grid and made it up to near the front, or even won races. So you've started off with an absolute bang. We're going to move on to your teammate. We will come back to you in a few moments though, Mystic. We will come back to you. I want to move on to your teammate, Lefty Hardtail. What a race. I mean, did you think a 1-2 was a potential that before the race got going? Do you think that's what did you think that was a possibility? But also, well done playing that teammate game. Well done.
Yeah, it was. was, yeah. I mean, we was in a chat party throughout the race, and as soon as obviously I found out that he got the penalties, and it was a decision then obviously to take the penalties behind the safety car, and obviously not move up the grid, as was discussed in the lobby. But obviously then at that point, I'm in 10th place, he's in the back of the grid, I'm thinking, this is a poor race. Straight away.
Well, it didn't end up that way. So tell us about your race then, because it was kind of like sneaking out of nowhere.
I went on the super soft. I was the only one. Everybody in front of me was on the super soft, pretty much. And yeah, every time Mystic was coming up behind me, I knew he was a lot quicker, so I just let him go. And obviously, it's worked out in the end. He's gained that time.
Oh, very well done, TempFear. Tony, any questions for Lefty Hardtail?
When you saw, like, I didn't really see much of your racing, honestly. You kind of popped out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, he's actually here for like position now. But
well, I've been doing some practices for one stopping, so.
Yeah, I thought a lot of drivers would have done that today.
It was easily done then.
I am quite surprised, but. So was it a case of you saw Mystic, you'd move out of the way, and was it just like try and use him to gain a little bit of speed, follow his lines, get his slipstream, DRS, save a bit of fuel? Was that the aim?
Not really. As soon as he got past, he disappeared.
You want to get his shot next time then?
So Tony, any questions for Lefty Hardtail?
Because he'd come from the back, it did give me a bit of inspiration, sort of thing. We was heading for a 1-2 then right at the end.
Amazing you have got that.
Okay, Tony, any questions for Lefty Hardtail?
No, I don't. Well, I can ask how you feel for the second place.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. First race with FRR in the league. I've done the Friday events leading up to it. Can't ask for a better result, really, for the team. Maximum points.
Well done.
Absolutely fantastic. Okay, that's first and second place then, and we'll move on to Hindle. I've got a feeling this could be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Hindle, have you got any blood dripping from your knuckles, or do you need some tissues? As much as Mystic Joker's race was an emotional ride, I've got a feeling yours was as well. So to start off with, what were you thinking when all of a sudden, safety car conditions, Mystic Joker, he's down at the back of the grid?
Well, this race is mine. I've got it easy peasy, no problems at all.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? I went off the quali pace and thought, you know what, I'm gonna steamroll this. The events took the place, and well, it wasn't a roller coaster for me. It was one emotion, and it's livid, absolutely livid.
Well, we didn't get to see what happened with you.
I heard he didn't, but I'll tell you in a nice way. Okay, so I had 12-13 second gap to Harbin Nuke. I stretched the Supersofts out to lap 14. I thought, easy one stop on the mediums. I've got this race in the bag, no problem. So I come out, P4, P5, going round turn 3. I see MX7 going really slow. Didn't know what he was doing. Get to the end of sector 4. Sector 4, turn 4.
He's livid. You can tell he's livid, can't you?
End of sector 1. He was on the apex. I didn't know what he was doing. He moved off the racing line, so I thought, oh, he's letting me through. And then he come back on the racing line. I smashed into him, front wing gone, and then I had to go all the way around it again. And I didn't pit because I selected intermediates, so I had to go around again, put the softs on, and it was damage limitation from there. But I was absolutely gobsmacked, absolutely livid.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we'll try and cheer you up a bit, shall we? the racing towards the end was great stuff. You had a fantastic battle with from a racing GP, from a racing JS. You even had a little look at coming back at you, which put Twist Royalty in the mix. And then on the last lap, you got Hybrid Nuke hunting you down. So there's got to be a bit of cheeriness there from yourself as you're coming around the final corner thinking, oh crap, and then where's he gone? So, okay, yeah, I can understand frustrated about finishing where you did, but there's got to be some positives from it as well, surely.
Yeah, there is. There was some good racing, and I mean, from 2015, everybody knows I'm not the best on tyre wear, and I had to stretch them softs out for 15 laps, and like Mystic, they were on 82% coming across the line, and I don't know if you've seen it, but my first pit stop, I got a puncture around the second to last corner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw it.
Softs. Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, so when they were on 75% going on the last lap, and I just thought, I'm going to get a puncture and I'm going to end up last, and then the pad's going through the TV's going out the window, and I'm never racing again.
I don't think you'll make it to the end of the season.
I know, but I've never been in that situation before. It's a bit of a learning curve, to be honest. Like,
don't worry.
I've never had to dig in like that.
The thing
I found something nice yesterday.
It's a learning curve from, I need to just remember things can happen. Like, there's no point me going, oh yeah, I'm going to absolutely steam train this now. Because Mystic was at the back, obviously I thought, well, that's it. I've won this race.
Yeah. The thing is, if you remember Hindle, I did mention a few times on commentary last season that the mentality of the driver can play such a big role in what can happen in a race, and in a way, I don't want to say it's been kind of proven, but obviously I've just said that. But you've got like yourself, who you go from I've got this to absolute anger and rage, and sometimes when you're angry and you're raging, the best of driving isn't done. And then when you think of, like, you got Mystic Joker, who's gone from sort of a bit like you, okay, I think I might have this, to, oh my god, I'm now dead last. He's probably sort of just gone, oh well, whatever happens, and then he's had the race that he's had. A lot like you would have done in a few races last season. So, I mean, it does go to show that the psychological effects, they can play a massive part, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, there was some. I was that angry. I was just not concentrating at all, and James was behind me. I was constantly looking behind me. I'm checking my tyre wear, I'm checking my fuel, and then the last corner I put it into the wall. So for the last 5 laps, I had half a wing.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a definite learning curve.
You'd be glad there's a couple of weeks until the next race then. Okay, Tony, any questions for Hindle?
You mad?
Yes, very mad.
I thought Tony was saying, are you mad? I'm not asking that guy a question, he's going to bite me head off. Come on, Tony, grill him.
All I'll say, right, is if anybody wants to laugh about me shouting and screaming down the mic, then watch my footage when it gets uploaded, because you'll just laugh, because I've lost my voice. I was livid from the first race when people are messing the safety car up, and I was just, it's not been a very good opening race for me.
No. Well, I mean, we said it on the broadcast, the whole palaver with the formation of safety car earlier on, disgraceful. That race that just happened, okay, ups and downs for many drivers, but overall looked like a great race. But Hindle, very well done. 3rd place. I'll save you. I won't let Temp ask any questions. We'll go back to Mystic Joker. Okay, Tony, TempFear. Have a go.
Yes.
Well, Mystic Joker, you get behind last season champion Hindle and other fast drivers, and next race is in 2 weeks. Who is going to win there? Are you going to win another one, or what is going to happen? Your thoughts?
Well, the next track is Bahrain, yeah? Yeah, I got pretty solid pace there. I've raced with Hendo there before. We were pretty close, so I definitely feel like I got the pace to be right on up there again. Possibly a win. I mean, that's my goal, but for sure, like I said, before the season got underway, that I'm aiming for podiums and wins, and that's the game plan.
Okay, TempFear.
2 questions. First of all, after this, can me and you go in a private chat and lobby and can have yourself? Because your tyre wear on them tyres is stupid. The amount of times I said he's not getting to the end, he's getting a puncher, he's getting a pit, so on, so on. And just kept going on. I couldn't believe it. Second question though, with that tyre advantage that I'm going to say you have anyway, do you think this is going to help you season long where tracks you might be able to do one less stop, or you might just be able to go same stops but choose softer compounds the whole way through? You feel like you can carry that the whole way through?
For the most part, I'm pretty good on the tire wear on most tracks. There's certain tracks where I do struggle, like Spain and where else? I don't know. I can't think right now, but definitely Spain. But I mean, I'm gonna try for sure. I don't know. Australia, I've always been pretty good at saving the tires and still having a decent pace.
Well, I think we know which track Hindle's going to put a lot of practice in for now.
Yeah, quite possibly. Okay, Tony, do we have any questions on the YouTube chat to any of the drivers?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Or probably chatting to themselves. Okay, final question then. This is to all 3 drivers and the commentary team. What was the location of the first ever Australian Grand Prix?
Not a clue.
Absolutely no idea.
Well, I'm guessing. I know it's in the early 19s, like 1910, 1920s, somewhere around there. I know the first Australian Grand Prix was around there, but I don't know what it was.
I'm going to say Adelaide. I've got a feeling there's another one I'm missing off, but I know it's been at Adelaide and it's been at Melbourne.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's
I'm going to stick with Kangarooville. That's the best answer I got.
I suppose that covers everywhere. Lefty Artel, your chance for a guess.
The bush.
The bush.
GP has a guess in a chat.
Okay, if GP's got this right, he's cheated. Go on.
You said
Phillips Circuit.
and he's even put a year.
Okay, he's not.
Yep.
He's tried to cover the fact that he's googled that because the correct location is Phillip Island in 1928. So he's put Phillip Circuit to make it look like he's not checked it out on Wikipedia. More than likely, but yeah, it was at Phillip Island. So whoever earlier on said Sydney, I think Sydney is quite close to where the Phillip Island circuit is. But there you go. Yeah, 1928 was where the first race was. Okay, time for us to bring this to an end. It's been one hell of a long evening of safety cars, racing and all that kind of stuff. So very well done to Mystic Joker taking the victory, Lefty Hardtail second place, and Hindle in third. Congratulations, guys. You are now free to go and get your beers. Very well done to all of the other drivers. Oh, go on. Yep.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, definitely happy with our result for the team, and definitely want to say good job to Lefty. Solid teamwork, and just want to let everybody know, watch out for Manor. This is it right here. This season is ours.
I'm so glad Hindle's left the party.
To be fair though, I mean, obviously it is only a provisional result, but at the moment you're the team to beat. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be one. I mean, I've been saying this for the last few. It's going to be one hell of a season, and it is. It really is. But yeah, you're right with what you said there, Mystic Joker. Very well done to yourself and Lefty Hardtail and the Yank and Limey Manor Racing team. Okay, next up on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel, it's not going to be anything this weekend. The Project Cars Leagues are on a hiatus for a few weeks. So the next thing on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel will be next Wednesday for the Front Row Racing World Championship Reserves. So if you're interested in getting involved in F1 2016 League Racing on PS4 and you race with no assists, then get in touch with Front Row Racing and we'll put your name down on the list. We have already had a few more names put on to the list on there already. So that'll be next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. For round 2 at Bahrain, and then on the Thursday is the World Series Reserves, which is where the assists allowed drivers can compete, and that at the moment is pretty much full. Okay. We perhaps this season won't, during the broadcast, decide on drivers of the day or anything like that, but I tell you what, Mystic Joker's just put in a drive there that potentially has already decided who driver of the day could be, but obviously it would depend on post-race penalties and all that kind of thing. But what a race we eventually had there. I just want to thank TempFear, or should I say Temp Gauge, for, I tell you what, that Temp Gauge was it was in the red when we were having the safety car issues. But thank you for joining us on commentary.
It's alright.
Also to Arazor, otherwise known as Anthony David's sister, for joining us in commentary as well. And for anyone that's wondering why Arazor21 is part of the commentary team in World Series, he's the guy that puts in all the hard work with all the World Series videos. So if you like those World Series videos that get put together, he's the guy that you should be thanking, because he does an absolutely fantastic job with those. And with him being on the commentary team, he's going to have a bird's eye view of what happens on the track, which could potentially lead to interesting videos. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. But Arazor, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome. And of course, I've been Front Row Racing DP, otherwise known as Ted Craftsticks, for this season. This has been Front Row Racing. It's been one hell of a long night, so thank you for spending it with us. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you all again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.